Why is that relevant?
Because you go to a Catholic church, don't you? Or you've attended recently. You're interested in Catholicism, aren't you?
Sure.
All right. Are you familiar with their doctrines?
Somewhat.
Okay, you're
Their
familiar.
doctrines are very
how do they
deep.
regard Mary?
Why are you asking me that?
Because you're a Christian.
You say that. I haven't claimed that.
Oh, what is this? Is this Christians versus atheists?
Welcome to Background Noise. Jordan Peterson is a very interesting topic, because we have seen the changes and decline in Jordan Peterson over the years. He proved himself, and a lot of people maybe call him an intellectual person, but I don't find him to be that intellectual, because he knows to be a good wordsmith and flip words around. Right here is in this Jubilee video having a discussion where one Christian versus 20 atheists. And Jordan Peterson right here is the Christian. But as the guy is clearly explaining and asking him, what are your stance on Christianity? And he basically say, aren't you a Christian? But Jordan Peterson is what we refer to as a drifter. He's all for everything but stands for nothing. That is why he cannot answer the simple question that is being put out there to him. Are you a Christian? Because if he answers the question, we would know where he stands, how to come at him in this intellectual conversation of the mind between Christians and atheists. But he doesn't want to answer it, and he's trying to do his usual wordsmith game, but this person wasn't having it. And if you notice the original video, everyone is saying it is changed from one Christian versus 20 atheists to Jordan Peterson versus 28 atheists. But I don't know why Jubilee is doing this. Maybe because they're Christians, or why they're trying to discredit what this young man is saying, because he doesn't want to answer the question, because he knows what he believes in or stand for. There's nothing there on the table. And Jordan Peterson, we have seen his decline over the years. Yes, you can say go clean your room a million times. That is not the most intellectual argument, because if you ever had a mother or a parent, you would have already heard that line so many times. So it will not come like something new or new phrase or something life-changing. Of course, you're supposed to clean your life and clean your room. It would goes without saying. I don't even think Jordan Peterson knows what he is. I don't even think Jordan Peterson's know where he is. He's only there to argue with you for the sake of argument. Because he's saying that atheists don't understand God. That is why they throw it away and discard it. But Jordan Peterson is not even in the same timeline with you to even have a conversation for you to give out your views, and he can intellectually break it down and give it back to you without doing this generalizing with wordsmith. What does that mean? You said that I am a Christian. I never said you're a Christian. So what are you there for if you are not a Christian? And what is this thing with him that he cannot admit that he's a Christian or whatever he is? The best he would say he is some kind of new age Christian, or he says he's Christianity in the sense of breaking down the stories and ideas of human past and history coming up. It is traditional, but him can't verbalize what he is, and it has reached to the point where everybody can see through what you're doing. You're now becoming the butt of the joke. just go take your ketamine. I don't mean to make any jokes because he's a much older than me, much, and I don't want to be like this is elder abuse or anything, but the young man is right. What are we there for? And why you can't admit that you're a Christian? Is it because you feel like you don't believe in the Christian doctrine as it is? Or what are you? What are you? You're really quite something, but what are you?
I don't know.
You don't know where you are right now.
Don't be a smartass.
Well,
and I mean
either you're a
'cause I
Christian
won't
or you're
talk
not.
to you if you're a smartass.
Either you're a Christian or you're not. Which one is it?
I could be either of them, but I don't have to tell
could be-
you.
You don't have to tell me. I was under the impression that
private.
I was invited to talk to a Christian. Am I not talking to a Christian?
No, you were invited to.
I think everyone should look at the title of the YouTube channel. You're probably in the wrong YouTube video,
You're really quite something. You are.
aren't I? But you're really quite nothing, right? You're not a Christian.
Okay, I'm done with him.
The wordplay that went on there where he said you're really quite something, and then he, without missing a heartbeat, replied that you're really quite nothing. It tells a lot, and you could look at it that he's being a bit facetious, he's being a bit overzealous, or coming off a bit of a know-it-all. But in this conversation where he's having with Jordan Peterson, he's trying to understand his point and what is he standing on, so they can both have this intellectual argument. And if you cannot represent yourself to say what you are or what you're not, it doesn't make any sense. Just like his conversation with the young man who was asking him about the pen. Like, yes, I know that the pen is on the table, but if somebody holds a gun to my head and asks me to deny the fact that that's a pen, I would definitely deny the fact that it is not a pen. And basically, Jordan Peterson is basically explaining back to him that he would never lie because he has never lied for his entire career. He has never lied for nothing. You don't know me that very well. So basically, you're saying you would die for a pen. And one of the questions they asked in this entire conversation, the same guy who was doing the hypothetical, was what would you do in Nazi Germany? Would you lie to save the Jews? And Jordan Peterson basically replied with the same answer. He would not lie, and goes on to double down that he would never be in that position. And what is this hypothetical? So the guy was asking, can we not do a hypothetical? Why is it so hard to answer? So basically, Jordan Peterson is saying he would not die for the Jews. He would do anything it would take. So basically, I explain that he would have changed the outcome or the physical outcome, being that if he was in Nazi Germany, there wouldn't be no Jews. Or maybe he would have joined the Nazis. I can't tell what was his point, but the crux of the entire argument was, would you lie to save somebody else's life? And he was like, no, he wouldn't. So this is my point. I think he's just arguing to argue for the sake of arguing. And while having a conversation with him, you would have to break down every single word and giving it to its meaning and to its definition. Don't care how simple the statement is. Like, are you a Christian? What do you mean, am I a Christian? Christianity can break up in so many parts, but me never asked about the entire parts of it. I'm just asking you, are you that? And he refuses to just answer a straight, direct question without we have to do the whole 360 rigmarole around each other. And it seems like this is how he's been living his life, which I am nobody to be say, hey, this is how you should talk, this is how you should do your thing. I am not the word police or anything, but my God, it's very mentally challenging, like you're going around in circles, just listen to him articulate himself. And that's what person say, oh, he's too smart, you can't understand him. And I'm like, definitely.